Welcome back to the program. Joining me now, Bryan Fairbanks. He is the President and CEO of Trex Corporation. Good to see you, sir.
Great to be here, Roby. Thank you.
Let's remind everybody of what Trex is doing in Little Rock, Arkansas. This week you guys had a kind of a topping out ceremony here for your big $400 million investment. Tell everybody what you got going on out at the port.
Yeah, that's correct. So for a couple of years now, we've been under construction for our new decking and plastic processing facility. We're excited about tomorrow will be the last piece of steel that goes onto the decking part of the manufacturing facility. And so we've got a group of people out here, local dignitaries, media, and be able to talk about the things that we're doing with the city of Little Rock and show a little bit about some of the progress we've made at the site. Is
everything on schedule? I mean, are you feeling pretty pleased about where things are at this juncture?
Yeah, I am. There's always risks in a project of this size. As everybody probably remembers, there was a lot of rain here in Little Rock earlier this year. But we understood that. Going into a project where you're looking at 4 to 5 years to bring everything up and going, you're going to have environmental issues along the way. Our contracting partners, they work their way through that. We're able to keep everything on schedule. Right now, the plan is to bring our plastic processing up in early 2025 timeframe, and then we'll be into decking in early 2026 timeframe.
So this Trex, for those who don't know, builds composite decking products there. You do some other things too. What all is going to happen at this particular Little Rock facility?
Right, so we are the country's leader in composite decking and railing systems, roughly 50% market share with the Trex company. As we look to start here in Little Rock, it'll be about developing the raw materials. We use 95% reclaimed and recycled materials in our product. It's roughly half wood, the other half is going to be polyethylene. That recycled polyethylene comes from all over the country, a lot of bags from grocery stores, film out of manufacturing, protective film, things like that. We'll bring it in, we process it, mix it with wood, and turn it into a deck board.
All right, well, you'll have distribution there as well. I mean, this will be a major hub for you guys in terms of regionally, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things we really liked about Little Rock, geography, it really sits in the area where we see significant growth markets. Texas market down into Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, we're seeing significant growth in those marketplaces. So we wanted to have a plant where our customers are. Today we've got a plant in Virginia. We have a second plant in Nevada, and this will be our third facility in the middle of the country.
Has anything changed in terms of the scope of the project now that you've gotten into it? I mean, have there been some things because maybe market conditions have changed or customer preferences have changed? Is there anything that's going to kind of beyond what was initially announced?
Our production is very flexible. We can move from product line to product line very quickly rather than having to have major changes in our manufacturing plan. So it's very similar to what we originally planned on doing from a timing perspective, as well as how we're going to go about manufacturing.
You're going to hire ultimately about 500 workers at this plant. Are you hiring already, and what are you hiring? What are you going to be hiring for?
We are hiring already. We have about 20 employees that are based here in Little Rock today. As I mentioned, we'll start up our plastic processing early next year. So end of this year, we'll be bringing on more people, and then into 2025, additional people beyond that. And then more heavy hiring as we get out into 26, 27 timeframe. So over a number of years, we expect there will be significant hiring. There's almost 300 acres that we own out at the port. We see the long-term growth opportunity beyond this decking building. We can put another building beyond that. We may end up having railing manufacturing here one day as well. So we like the size of the area, the ability to find employees, as well as just the ability to get things done here with both the local agencies as well as the state.
I want you to build it out and build that second facility, but I'm just saying that if it doesn't happen, I don't think you're going to have a problem selling that land out there either. So it's in high demand.
The port seems to be getting very popular. Yes,
it's doing really, really well.
I'm glad we got in there before a few of our newer neighbors have joined in.
That's right. They would have jacked those prices up, I'm sure. Well, tell me what's happening in the market for your products right now. I want to ask you about the overall economy in a second follow-up question, but for right now, just kind of in the composite decking market, in the home improvement market, what are What are some drivers of what you're seeing happen?
We're fortunate to be in an industry where there's a conversion opportunity. So there's between 50 and 60 million wood decks in the market today. Every single one of those decks is going to rot over the next 5 to, let's say, 10 to 15 years at the long end of it. Roughly half of those decks today are ready for replacement. So we see significant opportunity in being able to convert more of that wood market share into Trex. Today, about 25% of the market is composite. We'd like to see that more like 50%. Repair and remodel industry in general has seen some weakness over the past couple of years. Last year we grew mid-single digits. This year we expect that we'll be flattish compared to repair and remodel that will be down mid-single digits. So we tend to perform better than the general repair and remodel industry. We expect that will continue. I do hope to see some rate cuts that come through a little bit later on this year, bring mortgage rates down. We're already seeing a bit of a pop in rates coming down with new home building. While that doesn't necessarily impact us directly, it is an indicator for the economy, and the more people we can get moving from home to home is going to drive more repair and remodel spend.
So let's speak to the overall economy a little bit more too, and where you see strength and weakness. Obviously these high interest rates we've had for a longer period of time have made people a lot more hesitant to borrow and do projects. At the same time, it can keep people from moving into a new home and taking the home that they have and finding ways to repair and improve on those too. So I don't know how that plays psychologically or business-wise with you guys, but it's a factor.
Right. It's been important over the past couple of years. As people have stayed in their homes, high equity values, very low interest rates on their homes. They're sitting there at 2.5%, 3.5% interest rates. It's tough to move away from that. That will continue for a period of time, I expect, where people say, I can put money into this home, I can do repair and remodel, I'll upgrade my kitchen, I'll upgrade my deck, I'll build a larger outdoor living area, which you can do at a relatively low cost compared to any of the work you're going to do on the interior of the house. So I expect that will be a continued trend that we'll see as people stay in their home. But as I mentioned earlier, I would like to see more of that home turnover and get back to that normal 3 or 4 homes as a family is growing. That's good for the overall repair and remodel sector.
All right. You're not anticipating a recession if you're anticipating those rate cuts coming, right?
Keep ahead of them. That's
all right. That was a sales pitch, by the way, if you didn't catch all that there with that home and repair stuff there. Bryan Fairbanks,
Great.
thank you so much
you.
for being here. Appreciate you so much, and best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We're back with more right after this.